IM 때 굉장히 연습을 열심히 했어가지고 당분간은 좀 쉬었고 이제 큰 대회들이 좀 있기 때문에 지금은 연습을 열심히 하고 지내고 있습니다.
가벼운 휴식을 하면서 연습이랑 또 운동도 매일 꾸준히 하려고 좀 노력하고 지냈고
작년에 계속 못 쉬어가지고 한 달 반 정도 좀 쉬면서 스타트를 더 할까 고민도 좀 하고 생각 많이 하면서 좀 쉬었던 것 같아요.
좋은 데 가가지고 사람들도 또 좋고 해서 그냥 편하게 잘 생활하고 온 것 같습니다.
제가 1위 진출한 거. 요새 좀 성적이 잘 안 나왔어가지고 사실 2일차 갈 줄 알았는데 이렇게 1일차로 바로 뚫어가지고 굉장히 기분이 좋았습니다.
신영이 형 좋아하는데 희범이가 열심히 하고 잘하는 걸 알아가지고 저도 좀 마음이 안 좋았어요.
그럼 이신영이 같은 조인데 좀 복수 좀 해주나요?
제가 중요한 게 아니라 신영이 형이 중요해서
예상치 못하게 대역 선수한테 또 졌잖아.
예.
충격 아니었어요?
하기 전에는 사실 안 질 것 같다는 생각이 있었는데 하고 나서 보니까 푸푸전은 사실 옛날이랑 다른 것도 없고 대엽이 형이 워낙 잘하는 선수였어가지고 제가 좀 인정을 하게 됐던. 근데 다시 만나면 충분히 자신 있습니다.
연습을 뭐 아예 안 한 건 아니고 초반에 좀 하긴 했었는데 아무래도 뭐 딱히 들어갈 팀도 없고 하다 보니까 동기부여가 안 되긴 해서 그냥 신희범 선수가 굉장히 잘하는 선수고 잘 하시는데 그냥 제가 운 좋게 이겼다 그런 게 된 것 같아요.
조를 봤는데 굉장히 좀 어렵다고 생각을 하고 있어요. 그래도 못 통과할 정도는 아니라고 생각합니다. 이재선 선수입니다. 탑3 안에 든다고 생각해서 굉장히 만나면 좀 껄끄러울 것 같아요.
신영이 형이 있어가지고 좀 어지럽네요. 신영이 형 실력도 모르겠고 또 어떻게 뭘 짜올지도 모르겠어가지고 그냥 재밌을 것 같아요.
이쪽에서 누구 올라갈 것 같나요?
저랑 현우 올라갔으면 좋겠어요.
늙은 두 사람은 떨어진다?
그만해야죠.
준비는 다 이제 골고루 해야 될 것 같은데 오히려 신영이가 복병인 것 같아요. 좀 실력을 모르겠어가지고 얘가 또 잘할 땐 잘하거든요. 또 못할 땐 못해가지고 그냥 연습 안 해가지고 못했으면 좋겠네요.
그냥 할 만한 것 같다. 도우 형이랑도 붙어봤고 재선이 또 요새 좀 잘하는 것 같고 사실 이기기는 힘들지만 운이 또 따른다면 이길 수도 있지 않을까 생각하고 있습니다.
제가 최근에 GSL에서 활약한 게 없는데 올해에는 좀 열심히 해서 좋은 성적 거둬서 좀 멋진 모습으로 남도록 하겠습니다.
저의 이 복귀를 좀 바라는 분들이 몇 분 계시긴 하더라고요. 저도 지금 뭘 해야 될지 약간 고민 중인 시기여서 그래도 예전처럼 뭐 잘하는 그런 실력은 아니지만 재밌게 그냥 봐주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
프라임 무대도 많이 사라지고 많이 아쉬우셨을 텐데 그래도 재밌게 할게요.
좋은 성적을 거두려고 좀 노력을 많이 하고 있어요. 그래서 좀 많이 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠고 많은 응원 부탁드립니다.
Today's matchup. Creator. INnoVation. Classic. Bunny.
And we're back here at the GSL. It's time for the winners match. We're going to see which of these two players is going to advance and get that 7th spot in the round of 8, and who will go up against one of the Protosses that are going to duke it out after this to survive.
Yeah, one TBT to decide who's going to be advancing to the round of 8, INnoVation or Bunny. I mean, what a great story it would be if INnoVation was able to come back, his first GSL Code S, back from military service, make a round of 8.
He looks really good.
He did.
I think Bunny looks a little bit stronger. That last game win that we saw there was really impressive from Bunny.
It felt like a big comeback win. I mean, he needed everything to go perfect in terms of timing, in terms of attack positioning, and he just made it happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, let's see what happens as we go into this next match. It is going to be a TVT here. INnoVation, Bunny, in a battle to try to get into that next spot here for the tournament. And I'm going to say it again. Because I'm so not okay with this, but I think this might be what happens. No Protoss in the round of 8 yet.
It's possible.
And we know one Terran's going to move on, so that's going to give us at least 5 Terrans in the round of 8.
5 Terrans, 2 Zergs, and then either
But
another Terran or a Protoss.
It could be 6 Terrans in the round of 8.
Oh, my heart.
This is going to be the best round of 8 in GSL history.
Yeah, what a way to start
This
2023.
yeah. We're going to go to Ancient Cistern to start this off. INnoVation and Bunny. As we continue on here in Group D, the final group in the round of 16. Our map has loaded up, guys. Let's go.
INnoVation.
Beep boop.
The robot sound
Yeah.
that he makes, or is that the announcer?
That's the robot sound for INnoVation, but it was the robot voice that came on. For some reason, we have an Android in the intro to the show, by the way. I don't.
Yeah, it's
Bunny.
Androids and chains is the theme of the
Yeah.
GSL here in
As
2023.
the chains are keeping all the Protoss players out, and the androids are the Terrans with their kind of generic openings.
The androids are like ChatGPT 7 here, like
Yeah.
the Quapulu sector that's like coming to eliminate all the
Yeah.
Protoss players.
It's just nothing but android Terrans all saying just play like Mario, like just.
I'm telling you, man, the way AI is going, StarCraft 2 being, millennia in the future, actually all the timeline, hundreds of years in the future.
Yes.
It's not going to be Bioman, it's going to be Mech.
It's going to be Mech,
We're
man.
going to be phased out.
We're going to be yeah, the Marines are not going to have jobs anymore.
No.
They're going to be completely replaced by Cyclones. So we've got double gas on both sides.
Yeah, mirrored opening so far. Both
But-
players probably going to go for some higher tech aggression here.
INnoVation has more wins versus Bunny. We had the stat displayed there a second ago. It's
Oh, I
gone
missed
now,
it.
but I don't want to rely on those stats too much. Like, well, the game's actually been out for so long that, like, you really got to focus on, like, who's in good shape now.
Yeah, it's
Now-
more about form.
Yeah. What kind of condition are you in as of today? Because when INnoVation was smashing Bunny, that was like, 7, 8, 9 years ago. Bunny's just a different player entirely now.
Yeah, he's been improving steadily over the course of many years. I think it was even it's either Creator or INnoVation that said that he's probably the top three Terran in the Terran player in the world right now in those interviews that we had during the break, and I certainly agree with him. Bunny just seems so strong. And INnoVation, only 2 months back really here in StarCraft 2, is going to have his work cut out for him to try and beat Bunny here in a TBT, which has proven to be one of the more technical and, frankly, kind of weird matchups at times in the round of 16.
Yeah.
Things can kind of turn on a dime very quickly.
I love TBT in StarCraft 2. It's I think they've definitely improved it from what it was in StarCraft 1. I'm doing ASL at the same time I'm doing GSL, so now.
Yeah, we were talking about this. You said it's like all vultures, right?
Yeah, TBT. Yeah, both sides end up accumulating a lot of vultures on 3 factories, and then eventually get a tank out. And it's kind of a. I don't know. I think StarCraft 2 TBT, it's a little bit more dynamic. I think there's a lot more interesting stuff that can happen in the mid game.
Just wait until 2025 when we get to the StarCraft 2 equivalent of that StarCraft 1 meta, and everyone's just making 5-Rex Reaper again.
That's right. Yeah,
It's in the pipeline, man. One of these
It's coming,
days.
Yeah.
All right. INnoVation now coming in with a Hellion, going to try and find an SCV kill. But just a little bit of poking and prodding.
Yeah, cute little setup. He's not going to get anything done with this.
No, trying his best. Just trying to create an opening for those 2 Reapers to go into the main base and potentially get some damage done.
Now,
But
he is getting a Cyclone over here. Both sides are, in fact. We have one medevac coming out on this side. I don't see anything being made air-wise yet for INnoVation, but I think that's because the tech lab is being made on the starport.
I think you're right about that.
Wait, is
There
that a
it
second
is.
tech lab? Yeah, he's getting 2 tech labs. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, relatively mirrored stuff here to start things out. Just the medevac really the main difference. Medevac versus a Raven.
We do have a lot of these 2-base scuffles that go down. Depending on what units you have set up that you've made and what they've made, sometimes you can get some kind of tactical position where you can come in there and try to crack them wide open. I do like INnoVation's double Reapers just down here in case that push does come out, and I think that push is happening now. Maybe those Reapers can go inside the main and try to kill some workers.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting push actually here from Bunny. 6 Marines and a medevac, a Hellion, 2 Reapers on the ground, and a Cyclone. So there is a lot of micro potential here. Keep in mind that he can dodge the lock-ons from INnoVation Cyclones here with his medevac. So the micro potential here for Bunny is quite high. Attack coming in. We'll see if an auto turret gets dropped. Grenade actually very good there. A lot of Marines going down. Siege Tank going to try And get in position here on this ramp, but Bunny just going to skirt around it here on the south side of the space, out of range of that siege tank, navigating this perfectly. Reapers now coming into the main base. We'll try to find some counter damage here for INnoVation.
Yeah, this is interesting. They actually haven't killed anything yet. Okay, I think the first kill, they like damage everything and then run away.
I also love that Raven just kind of like flying around like, do I drop a turret? Do I not drop a turret? Like nothing's actually dying here. It's not that bad.
How much of a threat is this right now?
INnoVation just going to sack these Reapers now. Might come into, oh, I thought he might try and suicide and potentially get one more SCB, but no, not going to go for it. And INnoVation will stabilize back at home, but I do think Bunny got slightly better trade there. He was able to kill a number of Marines, which, anytime you can reset the bio count a little bit early in the game, it feels good in a lot of matchups.
He's got a Raven now, so he could go for a disable on the tanks. I don't think he has enough Raven disables for the number of tanks that are going to be here. But yeah, I thought it was overall a better engagement. I think Bunny got a little bit more done. I think that INnoVation's idea is kind of basic, but it's not bad. It's like just use the 2 Reapers to come in there and do that little counterattack, and that does slow you down.
Yeah, and shore up the defense at home with siege tanks. And interestingly, INnoVation hasn't yet thrown down a 3rd CC. So Bunny coming in now with his Reapers will be trading these out for SCVs and scouting information. Or actually, I didn't be able to get away. Look at that. One of these Reapers getting out alive. But, the key takeaway here for Bunny is that INnoVation is not playing 3 CC. He's going 2 base aggression. This is going to be heavy pressure, and I'm going to keep an eye on the minimap of the production tab. Okay, yeah, that 3rd CC does go down, so potentially this is INnoVation going to try to set up a soft contain and maybe do some damage here at the natural expansion of Bunny. But considering Bunny went for that 3rd command center and INnoVation started tank production so early, doubling for a moment their tank count now 4-3 in INnoVation's favor, there's a lot of potential for damage here.
So this is a little scary. Notice that there are siege tanks set up here in the main. He's very well aware that, this could be a huge drop coming in here. We're going to have some auto turrets set up, but you got to wonder, would it be better to have these Ravens back at home? More medevacs are going to come down. They're headed southbound to merge up with the rest of INnoVation's army. Auto turrets come in, get some SCV kills.
Auto turrets here for Bunny. So these Ravens will not be at home to defend, but they are getting a lot of counter damage, and actually these auto turrets fighting so much. 9 SCVs in total going down, and keep in mind, INnoVation, his 3rd command center is still underway, so
that was wild.
Puts him in a little bit more of a, not necessarily all in, but
Bunny's
he has to get something done.
Ready for this. Oh, here we go.
All right, attack coming in. Cyclones lock onto the medevac, but able to fully unload. 2 siege tanks will siege here. The 3rd one barely surviving, and all the Cyclones now dead for Bunny. But the supply is really telling the tale here. And oh my God, I actually completely missed this on the left side of the screen. 27 SCVs going down for INnoVation. And army supply also massively in Bunny's favor.
Bunny was just like so completely and totally ready for this. It's so funny.
Yeah, I was like tunnel visioned on the attack here in Bunny's base. I'm like, okay, this is not going great for INnoVation, but it was not the end of the world. And then I look at the left side of the screen, it's like 27 SCVs dead.
No, it was funny. I was watching the supply go like down really fast, and I didn't see anything dying. I'm like, that's weird. And then like I look at so I see like 25 dead SCVs on the map.
Yeah, I think Bunny is going to slowly be whittling away here at INnoVation, and we might be.
I think this game's actually almost over. He doesn't have. He doesn't have medevacs. He can't get him out. I didn't even notice that. They're just like stuck there.
It's a rough one there for INnoVation. I mean, up until that point, it didn't feel like it was going too bad. I mean, he went for a different build order choice. He opted for 2 base aggression instead of the 3 base build order selection that Bunny went for, and. I mean, we were thinking that he was going to be able to find some damage, but instead, Bunny with a great counterattack, not only with the Ravens, but also with a medevac drop, gets a ton done.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. It was just a moment where he was completely ready for those medevacs to come in, just shut that all down. And yeah, the auto turrets, we see it a lot, but you need to be ready to deal with auto turrets. I mean, that was 9 SCV kills at the start before we then saw it spike back up to 25.
Yeah, that Marine drop came in. I mean, the Ravens got the scouting information. There's pretty much nothing at home to defend. The INnoVation's rallying everything across the map, and so Bunny with the confidence to go in there with a drop knows that he can defend back at home, especially with air superiority, having those Vikings.
He had Cyclones ready, Vikings ready. He had tanks sieged up in his main.
The Cyclones didn't even get too much done, but it didn't matter. I mean, his defensive positioning.
They could have gotten more done had he actually microed them, but yeah. Kind of wild. We're gonna go to Gresvin.
Bunny just looking much more solid in TBT overall, I have to say. But you know, it's only one game. It's really hard to get a litmus test of where somebody's at in a matchup from such a small sample size. So maybe here, INnoVation can turn it around a little bit on Gresvin.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you're right. I mean, this is why we make them play a best of 3, is if you have one game that's a complete and total dumpster fire, you can recover in the next one. We're going to go to Gresvin now, guys. Again, the winner of this best of 3 gets that 7th spot in the round of 8, Season 1 of the GSL Code S.
INnoVation.
Beep boop.
Old memes never die.
That's right.
Mystery Gaming. Bunny.
Thank you, androids.
They really are taking all the jobs, man.
Yeah, they are. This announcer job's going to be taken soon.
Microsoft Sam's going to come in, submit his resume.
Eventually, StarCraft 2 is going to be casted by that Microsoft paperclip. And
ChatGPT.
That's it, man.
I never thought of ChatGPT.
You'll just see me on the side of the street, you know, as a bum. Like, Taste is what happened. I'm like, the robots took my casting job.
That's going to be the next AlphaGo, man.
You guys are at home laughing at this, but then robots are somehow going to take your job of watching this show. Like, it's just going to be nothing but robots left over.
Oh, man.
Robots are going to be playing the games. We're not even going to be allowed to be part of this. Robots will make their own games, will be played by robots and casted by robots and watched by robots. It's coming.
That's actually an interesting little thought. I never thought of, like some AlphaGo type engine. Obviously, it could play StarCraft. It has kind of a wonky style because it can micro like a god because it's an artificial intelligence.
It can click more than any mortal can, click.
I would want to hear some artificial intelligence with like a Microsoft Sam voice try to cast a StarCraft 2 game and be like, well, the Protoss player is making something other than Blink Stalkers, which we all know if you micro perfectly, it beats everything. Yeah. Clearly, we should also be replacing the players with robots.
Man. Well, this game, I'm hoping we get a better performance from INnoVation. I've never quite seen such a train wreck as what we saw back there.
Yeah, kind of an interesting opening here from Bunny, going for a double gas, but a lot of prioritizing the mineral mining. I think we saw, maybe 3 SCVs on gas in total. So after getting that factory up and the second Reaper, really not prioritizing that too much. Instead opting for a little bit of a faster command center here. And maybe this is totally standard in TBT. I admit, this is not my forte. This is one of the matchups that I kind of scratch my head at a little bit, even after casting a good bit of GSL.
Every time we get somebody who's like a player of like just a certain race and they come in, they're like, all right, well, this is the mirror matchup in the race I don't play, so this is always a little confusing. Now, these are all pretty standard moves that they're doing right now. I guess we're going to have to see if this INnoVation just try to two-base it again and power up, or is he going to go for a third command center here eventually? Because it was Bunny that basically got to have his cake and eat it.
I love seeing the 2 Reapers go on and just like suicide kill each other, and the other 2 Reapers come in and they see the dead bodies. They're like, yeah, we don't want to do that. I'd rather live.
It's not worth it.
I'd rather live.
That Reaper has a family.
But yeah, largely mirrored builds again. 25 SUVs, 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper on each side. INnoVation a bit more aggressive here. Does catch that grenade. Yeah, I was thinking for a second that Bunny might actually be able to chase him down. And INnoVation going to try and make up his way up the ramp. Bunny with a tight move there, blocking in the wall.
This is really impressive because he's basically not going to let this leave. So ultimately, that scuffle is won. By Bunny.
He got the Reaper too, I think.
Yeah, he had the Hellion chasing that Reaper. Hellion is just a little bit faster than a Reaper. So he kills that off. We have the medevac started. Some of these things might not seem that consequential, but we see a lot of TVTs that end on 2 bases. There's a lot of games where we almost always see one guy come up to the other one and try to, use the units they've got to have some little engage and see if they can come out on top.
Yeah, and oftentimes those can spiral very quickly into one player just getting eliminated.
Right.
It just takes a small upgrade advantage or a big positional advantage to suddenly have 16 Stim Marines in your opponent's natural mineral line with no way of them getting there. And
this is big.
Yeah, that's
Can
not...
he scan and actually get the kill?
Luckily, INnoVation has the boost. My goodness, could you imagine if he used that boost right out of the gate and loses the medevac with all the Marines in it? All right, attack coming in. Siege Tank is by the mineral line. We'll be able to anchor the defense here a little bit as Bunny's going to have to work his way away. And now INnoVation actually on the aggression. We're going to try and chase this down.
Oh, my God, the drop of the drop.
of a chaotic battle here
This
as the
is
second
wild,
Cyclone now
man.
comes in. The siege
What
tank
am I
also
watching? This is
the
insane.
siege tank unsieged. It actually came out to join these forces. A lot of micro potential here for Bunny with 2 Cyclones, but they're very low on HP. He has to control these perfectly.
This is insane, man.
You know, at the end of it, it's kind of an even trade.
Yeah.
Really wonky battle.
Third command center starts, by the way, right away on the low ground. Do we have a third CC? Oh, yeah, that is
Bunny.
a third CC, right? Yeah, right in front of my face. Excuse me.
A little more than halfway down there for Bunny, so he does have the advantage. On that side of things, INnoVation with a slightly higher siege tank count as he did start that production a bit earlier. Seems like that's kind of where his headspace is at here in TBT. He had the same idea in game number 1, prioritizing siege tanks over Cyclones. Didn't work for him there. We'll see if he's able to find a way of leveraging a siege tank out lead into a lead in the game.
So the game just continues on here. One of the most heated little back and forths we've ever seen.
Yeah, really.
It was very cool to see.
Interesting battles that we've had early on in this one so far. Not only that odd scuffle, but also like the Hellions and the Reapers coming into the early game. It's fun to watch.
It's been pretty wild. So we've got the tanks and everything else moving out here towards the third base. There is a Raven and a Viking ready to intercept a move like the one that we're seeing here. If we do, in fact, see Bunny commit all the way into the main base. He's going to scan. He's going to see that there's nothing in here really to deal with him, but he's not going to... Oh, well, hold on. He goes right by.
3 Vikings in total, in fact, and... Oh no, those poor Vikings. These Cyclones going to make quick work of them. Auto turret does get dropped. Medevac even getting away here as Bunny's just getting really good trade yet again. And with nice micro, should be able to pull away and kill that Viking. Even going to get some SCVs.
Dude, this is insane how much damage is you know...
Oh, he's going to get the Raven.
What?
This is actually nuts. INnoVation
Dude.
falling apart a little bit here. I mean,
Whoa.
keep in mind, those are the 2 Cyclones that barely survived that last scuffle in the middle of the map.
I want to get a tattoo of those 2 Cyclones. That was crazy. They did so much damage. That was wild.
Man, I've been watching GSL for like a decade. And if you got all these tattoos that you say you got, you would have sleeves like Todd right
That's
now.
right, man.
All these Cyclones, all
They'd be
these
going
Marines.
up on my neck and on my face now.
These probes and
I'd
zealots.
be full SoundCloud rapper. Damn, that was crazy.
Yeah, Bunny in a pretty commanding position now, I would think. I mean, a lot of these trades have been going his way. That first trade with the Hellion and the Reaper going his way, and then those Cyclones getting immense value. And if I'm not mistaken, that Medevac also survived. So, I mean, just nothing but winning right now here for Bunny as he's gunning to take that, you know, one of the last top 8 spots here in GSL Code S.
Yeah, Bunny just playing so well. I know that, like, look, losing the Ravens a pretty big deal and getting those Vikings killed, but really it's just like Bunny looks so good right now. INnoVation could still win this game, but right now Bunny is just seeming to be on point everywhere. Even the spread of Marines here to just kind of spot for anything else that might be moving out on the map.
And the air lead right now for Bunny, he has 4 more Vikings and 2 more Ravens than INnoVation, who right now only has these 2 medevacs on screen.
Right.
So it's not an ideal situation for him. I think if you're INnoVation, you might want to try something a little bit more quirky. You know, maybe go for some drops, try to make the game a bit weird and play defensive back at home and potentially get some counter damage to equalize, because from this position, it's got to be uncomfortable. I mean, INnoVation, he's a good player. He knows he's not in the best spot right now.
Okay, well, Bunny is just coming out here. He's trying to intercept these small little squadrons of units and just chase this away anywhere he can go, really. You can't quite pick up as easily here without the risk of being... Oh, my God.
Just everything.
He's so good. Like, this is actually crazy. Like, he's just so on top of everything. I can't believe that medevac gets away. But, you know, regardless, it's like he's playing perfectly.
Yeah, Bunny just feels like he's catching every break right now and just snowballing this lead. I mean,
and it seems like, is INnoVation going to push? I saw those tanks on siege. I feel like if he pushes, he loses too. The army supply is 30 ahead right now.
I think INnoVation probably going to have to reposition those tanks a little bit in a more spread out fashion to try and defend all the angles that Bunny can come from right now. And you can see INnoVation trying to keep Bunny a little bit more active here in the middle of the map, because if Bunny actually kicks up full aggression on INnoVation's side, it can get dangerous very quickly, especially with that air superiority.
Yeah, well, this is just, I was going to say, this is just a fight INnoVation can't have. There's more Marines here for Bunny. He's staying out of range of the siege tanks. Quietly, we have a 4th base coming up over here. Actually, excuse me, it's already up. He's mining from it right now.
And morphing that into a planetary is Bunny as he's getting closer and closer to getting maxed here. +2 upgrades underway for Bunny as well. Not sure exactly where INnoVation is on that. Okay, so relatively mirrored. INnoVation actually does have a bit of a lead there with the upgrade timing. And this is a nice break here for INnoVation, catching this medevac with a handful of Marines. And INnoVation going to try and get aggressive here on Bunny's side of the map. It looks like he wants to try and siege this third position, but Bunny, he is ready for it, man.
Yeah, he is going to stem up. He's coming over here with these Vikings too.
All right, armor shredding missile gets every single Marine. 2 tanks get disabled as well, as now Bunny going to try and siege on the high ground.
Oh my God, this is just so easily shut down. The Vikings starting to hit so many of these medevacs. I will say it is even right now in supplies. So.
The push did get stopped, but INnoVation had some really big siege tank hits on the bio ball there for Bunny. Now actually taking a Marine lead is INnoVation, so equalizing supply a bit. But these are some nice more moves coming out of Bunny. Look at that, gets 2 more siege tanks here with this drop.
Well, he's gonna have to pick those up, and that's when it gets scary because the Vikings are out.
Yeah, gonna boost away.
There's another push over here up at the top. But it does seem like Bunny's going to be ready for that as well. We have the 4th base here for INnoVation. It's freshly set up, and it is starting to soak up some resources. 2
more command centers underway here for Bunnies. Expanding in the top right while also building a macro command center over by that 4th base. And you know, INnoVation kind of fixating on this point of interest right here by the 3rd base of Bunny, going to siege yet again. Both players sieging at the same time. Scan's going to drop. We'll see who gets the better end of this trade, as it looks like it will be Bunny.
Yeah, he's scanning. He's starting to slowly win that tank war. It looks like he's going to pick up and go into the main. What has he got?
A lot of turrets, some Ravens, Vikings coming in. Bunny stimming forward as well, as the bio is dropping, but there's not a lot of siege tanks here in the main base either. And those medevacs, only 3 alive now. This is a precarious position for INnoVation. I mean, yeah, he is getting a lot of damage done, but if Bunny can find a way to breach this position, it's going to be hard for INnoVation to get out.
Yeah, he's going to siege these tanks up on the low ground. If he can pick off maybe 1 or 2 more, he can then spill in with his own infantry. And that's exactly what he's going to do. 1 more tank remaining down here, as it looks like Bunny should be able to clean up the few remnants left over of that drop.
Yeah, and that was some good infrastructure damage there by INnoVation, but at what cost now? Is his army is only 2 medevacs, 7 tanks, and a handful of Marines.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big reset on his tank count. You got to imagine that Bunny's going to be able to find some opportunities from here.
Yeah, Bunny, just with overpowering Marine numbers right now, you got to think that he's going to be able to find some more damage. And actually, these 2 siege tanks there in the bottom left, INnoVation's going to try and sprint down to defend them because he sees the Bunny as a scan. Yeah, Bunny sent this medevac drop to try and go pick those off, but INnoVation was fast enough with the reinforcements to at least retain those 2 siege tanks and try to keep the pressure up here at 3rd base. And I got to give some credit to INnoVation, man. He was up against the ropes there a moment ago, but he's been doing his best to fight his way back into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive how well INnoVation's done when you consider, you know, how he's basically been behind for almost all of this game. But he's going to try to come up here once more. Now, if he picks up and goes into the main, there's going to be Vikings there to intercept that. So, you know, Bunny already has an answer for that moment.
I'm worried about this drop, Tasteless. There's no missile turrets in INnoVation's main base. And if you look at the mini-map, you also see that he's basically parade pushing this. Missile turrets just now get dropped, but that's too little too late, as there's very few units here to actually defend against this 3 medevac drop. 1 siege tank will come in now. Bunny's going to try and go in and snipe it, but no, just opting to play it safe. Wants to get out of here with these medevacs. 11 SCVs in total going down during all this.
Infantry weapons at level 3 here for Bunny is finishing up. A huge push is coming here from INnoVation. It looks like Bunny's going to try to intercept it.
Oh, that's so many siege tanks for Bunny over there by the 3rd base. I actually didn't realize this, and right now he's kind of split between his natural and his 3rd and his 4th, but I'm not sure INnoVation's going to actually be able to leverage this advantage positionally here.
Oh my God, a huge drop over here. 18 SCVs already picked off. Again, it's a planetary, so it's not that easy to break down, especially with the SCVs repairing it. The tanks are going to shove in once more.
Yeah, those 3 medevacs getting so much work done on INnoVation's side of the map. INnoVation falling to 150 supply, down to 50 workers as well, as Bunny's still very close to max, despite taking all this damage over here by the 4th base.
Yeah, he's going to pick up and leave. And the truth is, Bunny just still has more. You know, he actually did not lose that command center, which was a pretty big deal. Probably a relief for him there.
Yeah, and those 3 medevacs got so much damage done on INnoVation's side of the map. We were kind of focused over in on the push that INnoVation was doing at Bunny's 4th, but behind all of that, Bunny with some nice micro going in and dropping yet another base of INnoVation, killing a good number more SCVs. INnoVation just continuously up against the ropes, fighting for his life here. Doesn't want to go to that loser's match. He wants to try and force a deciding game here to increase his chances of making it to the round of 8. But Bunny at a dominating position, going to try and intercept this army in the middle. We might have another weird situation here with INnoVation coming down. And yep, here we go. Medivacs getting loaded up, going back into the main base. Missile turrets did get rebuilt.
Yeah, he's got some turrets. He does have some tanks over here as well, so this is not going to be the cleanest point of entry. Meanwhile, we've got a big push just going right up into the main, I guess. And I don't know, I guess the main itself is going to be secured. He's got Marines and tanks over there.
And kind of a big base trade situation going on yet again here. INnoVation a little bit more of a defensive position here at the top of this ramp with those siege tanks and Marines. Actually stepping down to try to pick off a siege tank. Not sure if that one was worth it, but a relatively even trade overall. We'll get this Liberator too. Meanwhile, down in Bunny's base, losing a lot of critical infrastructure in the main, but the supplies really tell the tale right now. 160 to 120, and also INnoVation getting broken here in the main.
Yeah, it seems like there might just be enough of everything to kind of sandbag progress and wiping this all out, where it looks like Bunny has basically gotten up into the main base itself. The tanks are going to be, was he just going to try to dive bomb on top of this? Is that the plan?
I think he might be going for that. Or maybe coming around to the other side. But there's so many missile turrets, in fact. And yeah, he's just going to drop here in the natural expansion. But the siege tank shots are absolutely huge coming in from that starport. As Tasteful, I think we might be seeing GG.
Yeah, I think we've got our first survivor here. It's going to be Bunny taking this as, there it is, GG. INnoVation going to go down to our final match. And Bunny, I think deservedly so, is going to move on here to the round of 8.
Yeah, the 7th
5
player.
Terrans.
7th player to qualify for the round of 8. 5 Terrans and 2 Zergs in total, as INnoVation will fall into the decider match. He will be facing one of our 2 Protoss players. And I got to say, though, INnoVation, he looked pretty good so far today. You know? I mean, he's only been playing for about 2 months. It's about the same time that Stas has really been playing. And
there's no shame in losing to Bunny.
No, not at all.
Okay, like Bunny is in really good shape. I think we could kind of see a glimpse of how great of a player INnoVation is, but like Bunny just has the whole matchup down so much better, tactically so much better too. Those moments with the Cyclones were insane.
Yeah, the Cyclone drops were insane. The counterattacks also, both in Game 1 and Game 2, getting so much value there for Bunny.
Yeah.
Is you just had the right read on the situation. INnoVation, you know, in the bad position that he was, couldn't really afford to maintain that level of aggression unless he kind of cut some corners back at home. Bunny recognizes it. He comes in with some drops, gets a ton of damage in, and rides that into a win.
Yeah, and that's it. And so we're going to go to the interview in a second here and see exactly how Bunny's feeling. He has survived, and fingers crossed, guys. 2 Protosses and a Terran left in the round of 8. Maybe we'll get 1 Protoss moving on. Congratulations, Bunny. It was not an easy matchup for you today. It was hard to know where exactly INnoVation was going to be at today, but with your decision making and all your micro, you were really on point. How are you feeling?
형이 아무리 오래 쉬었어도 그래도 워낙에 잘하는 선수라 가지고.
So obviously we all know INnoVation had taken a long break,
생각보다는 쉬었는데.
but his play style hasn't really changed. He is still very good. Personally, it was a little bit easier than I expected. He says all the matchups, they were kind of like that. Yeah, we could kind of feel that while we were casting you. A lot of our biggest players went to the military. You were at the semifinals before. So anyways, how far do you think you could make it now? If INnoVation can gain his own old firm pretty quickly, I think that this season is going to be my opportunity to really show how great I am.
자신의 실력에 좀 취했나요, 안 취했나요?
완전 취했던 것 같은데. 사이클론 얼굴 내렸다가 잡고 막.
You seem to be very proud about your skills lately. You had some very aggressive moves on the map back there. So throughout the games, I've been getting pretty hyped on my micro. I've gained the confidence. I'm just getting a lot of confidence overall against my opponents.
선수를 상대로는 2대1 승리를 거뒀는데
사실 3세트 트리플 상부 깨지면서 순간적으로 엄청 불리해지는 상황이라고 봤거든요. 근데 그때 머릿속에
We might be having a
어떤
little bit of an
생각으로
audio hiccup here.
이길 수 있다라는 판단을 내렸나요?
아니 원래 게임 시작 전에 그
He had a huge lead
타이밍 때 그렇게 무리 안 하려고
for a little
혼자
bit back there. How did you
다짐을
manage to turn that game
했는데
around?
그때 또 무리하게 또 무리하고 커맨드까지 사령부까지
I was holding back and trying not to be too aggressive.
후회를 많이 했어요. 이미 좀 엎질러진 물인데 어쩔 수는 없는데 그래도
When my command center got destroyed earlier,
만 나오면 괜찮다
I tried not to.
딱
They're talking about the PVT, by the way.
Yeah.
시즈러시만 한번 잘
I said once I get my ghosts out, I'll be able to turn this around.
그러면서 이제 8강에 오늘 D 그룹에서 가장 먼저 올라가게
So with the ghosts, I was able to cheese him out.
욕심이 날 것 같습니다. 그 수많은 또 팬분들이 도네이션
So he made it out of the group first.
분위기를 끌어올리고 있는데 어떤 모습
We've also started some donations. Fans have donated to the prize pool. Any words you want to say to the fans?
아무리 규모가 줄었어도 긴장되는 거 제일 긴장이 되는 것 같아요. 그만큼 좀
Even though GSL has shrunk a little bit,
이번 시즌 반드시
I still feel nervous every time I play.
가려면은 4강을 올라가기 되기 때문에 8강도 잘 준비해서 열심히 하겠습니다.
네.
I hope I can be able to see my fans in the venue, which means I have to get at least to the Final Four or the finals. So that's my goal right now, to see all of my fans in person. Well, congratulations once more. He says thank you. And there you have it.
Yeah, another Terran player advancing. Bunny playing really well today. Looked very solid, I think.
Yeah.
He has a good chance of making it to the top 4 here in this GSL.
Yeah, I mean, it's look, he looks great. I'm happy for him. I'm not thrilled we have this many Terrans. We're now going to go to a Protoss versus Protoss. It's going to be Creator versus Classic. It will be our last Protoss versus Protoss.
Yeah, the only one and the
This
last.
is it. This is the only one and the last.
Also, no ZDZs in this tournament, man.
If you're going to have another Protoss versus Protoss, you need to at least have 2 Protosses in the tournament. We know the best we could get is 1. So fingers crossed. Even if you're a Terran player, even if you're a Zerg player, you want to have all 3 races, right?
Yeah, it makes it more interesting, man, especially if you're laddering at home. You want to know how to play ZVP. You want to know how to play TVP.
Yeah.
But
so we'll see what happens. But INnoVation's looking pretty good.
I'm not sure if our Protoss players are going to be able to beat him, man. INnoVation, he's looking like he's getting into his old form way faster than I was expecting.
I think if someone's going to take it, it's going to be Classic. But we'll see, man. Creator's been in good shape. He did not have a great first 2 games, but, you know, he looked amazing last year.
Yeah, he did. Consistently one of the best Protoss players in Korea. All right, guys, we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, our losers match, the only PvP here in the GSL Code S. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you soon.